How you guys doing? It's John from the Bennett Clean County Power Wash. It's Monday, February 16th. I got something amazing I want to talk about and fill you guys in. This is about bringing Babe Ruth's family possibly back into our industry, the power washing industry. And just give you, it's so much I could tell you here, but this is all great stuff. It's great, great stuff. I've been in contact with them for years and very friendly with them. They're my customer. And so over the years, I got them involved with our industry because they actually told me they wanted to get Babe Ruth's the Presidential Medal of Freedom to who the president was at that time. Going back to 2011, I think it was President Obama, and they really wanted that. So, this is a very hard task to take on, but I figured I'll bring in the industry in. We use an organization. We'll create an award in Babe Ruth's granddaughter, which is Linda Ruth Tussetti, whose mother is the only bloodline child Babe Ruth ever had. Her name was Dorothy. And so we created this award, and we passed out for 5 years. We kept Babe Ruth's name in the limelight. Really wanted, and all in return was they wanted to get that Presidential Medal of Freedom, and I came up with ways possibly to go about it. And a lot of people were working on this. It wasn't just me. It was a lot of people that were involved. And but then in 2016, it kind of fell apart with the org I was dealing with. It just didn't, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot I could say about that, but I'm not going to say anything negative here. But I learned some lessons from that I need to have a team around me that has absolute trust and loyalty. That to me is paramount. Love, and all that's a nice thing, but absolute trust and loyalty is key. And I didn't have that last time. And I didn't really make a team. And ultimately, that fell apart. Babe Ruth's family was really Linda Ruth Tussetti, left the industry. They moved on, and I got a phone call. It's 2016, 2018. I'm in Arizona at my nephew's wedding. And I got a phone call that President Trump's going to give that Presidential Medal of Freedom to Babe Ruth, which he did. And President Trump first gave it to Elvis Presley. And then the second one, the very next one was Babe Ruth, who is the oldest, is the longest posthumously person ever to get nation's highest civilian honor, which is the Presidential Medal of Freedom. All I ever wanted in return was our industry get recognized here somehow. That's why I created the award with Linda. And, it just was trust issues within our industry. And she left. So it didn't happen. But we always stay friends. I talked to her a lot. She's been in my house multiple times. She's been to Vegas with me. She's been to some conventions with me. Her and her husband, Andy, he's great. And my family met them, and it's just a long history we have. But recently, in a conversation, she told me something that the family would really like to get. And I'm not going to go over what that is now, but let me put it this way. You probably can put it together. It's only happened 3 times in this country's history. And it's like you have a better chance of winning the $1 billion lottery because it only happened 3 times in the history of this country, what they're asking. And a couple other things, and they were telling me about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm driven by passion, and I started thinking about our industry again. So, that's what I ended up doing. I put this model together. I talked to Linda about it, and she said, absolutely, they're definitely going to support that model I have. So what I did was I put the most trusted people that I know. Look, I'm a people watcher. When I was at NYPD, way back in the 80s, and I was also used to be a Cove Cop after that. But when I was in the city, I love to watch people. Like people like to go to the zoo. Does not sound racist or anything like that. I like to go to the city and watch people. I just like that. I find them interesting, and amazing at times too. But I just am interested in people's the way they think, what makes them tick, all that kind of stuff. So I put this team together on an industry, and to me, they always, I don't know them some I know very well, and some I don't know that well. But I do know one thing about these people. I watched them, I listened to them, and I learned a lot of things from them, and also learned how they are, their personality traits, what drives them, and everything that these people I put in here is exactly what I was looking for. And I'll tell you the people's names, no specific order, but I wanted to make it even with ladies and then the gentlemen, the same amount. One short on the ladies. I may add 1 or 2 more people to this list. You're gonna see what they ended up getting from Babe Ruth's family. But on there, these are the most trusted, loyal people that I know. I mean, I know a bunch of trust the loyal people. But this one is unbreakable, and this is what I need. I can't have anybody, try to, you know, try to try to angle this towards something they want for their own self-serving reasons, and that's not what it's going to be. This is about Linda Ruth Dissetti's family. It's not about me. It's not about my team. But with this team I have all these goals with this team, and she's already said she would come back in the industry, and one of the organizations is CETA. So we're in discussions about that as well, because I believe in bringing the masses. You got to really have a following to get this kind of stuff done. I don't want to talk too long here. I see I'm over 5.5 minutes. But the team is this, and I'll put it on the post. I have Deborah Murray, who's the managing director of CETA organization. I have Trudy Wickham, owner of Panhandle Supply. I have Kemma O, who's the amazing coach, probably top coach in our industry, and now a stand-up comedian. She's great. And I have Meg Wheatley, who's the owner of a power washing company. Her and I have been friends for a long time. We won awards together. So those are the 4 ladies I have. And the men, I have my right-hand man in my groups, Eric Tower. I have John Vatcher from over here on the East Coast. He's got an amazing company here. He's a power washing cleaning company. And Eric Tower's got a power washing company. I have Stephen Venturini, who's got a power washing company. And I also have, I have Kevin Wood, the president of New York State Parking and Transportation Association. So he's in that garage world. He's part of the team. And let me see, I might be missing somebody here. Rob Huffman, owner of RCS Services. I think I got that straight. These are the 5 guys and the 4 ladies. I may make this team a little bigger. And what I really need from them, I'm driving things a certain way in the background. And I did this last time, and I got caught by House Chair of Homeland Security when I went in the office, and they knew I was bombing stuff over. I shouldn't say bomb, but sending stuff over the airway in the air. I wanted President Bush the elder to go to a convention, and I wanted people to be on it. And this is Peter King then. When I walked to the office, came out of a meeting, said, identify myself, this lady, and he comes out of the meeting and goes, "Oh, you're the guy." And I'm the guy. And it turns out we knew each other. That's a funny thing. It was years ago on a police incident. We remembered each other there. Also when I was union president, that's what it really was. My attorney was Republican Man of the Year. I got invited to that, and that's where I met a lot of politicians, and one of them was Peter King, years earlier. So anyway, maybe 5-6 years before that, just back in 2011, 12. And anyway, so I'm going to try to work things in the background. I'm going to have this trusted team, just moral support. Ultimately, in the end, we could end up somewhere. Who knows? I mean, there's some people in here. I might bring Bill O'Reilly in if you guys know who he is. That's on my list. I have all his information. I'm not sure exactly the plan yet, but it's a lot of ideas. And nevertheless, because it's such a long shot, but not everything in here is a long shot. But at least if Linda comes back in the industry, she already told me she would go to CETA if I wanted her to. And, she enjoyed going to the other conventions I took her to. And she likes the industry. But, when people question trust and start thinking there's angles, stuff like that, she wants no part of that. This lady's about as pure as they come. She's got a personality as big as her grandfather, Babe Ruth. And she's aces. When you meet her, you love her. She's that kind of lady. And, I respect the heck out of her. Her and Anthony, her and her husband, and we get to they respect right back. So that's what's going on here, and I'll fill you guys in as we go. But that's what's going on now. And I had this great team, and it's all about our industry. And I want our industry. Only thing I want, I don't want any money. I don't want anything here except that somehow our industry gets noticed, because I feel our industry needs to get the respect it deserves. I operate like that. I have the same crew for all these years because we all respect each other. And no games. Drama's gone. And anybody with drama around me, I cut them out. Because I don't need the drama. I need things to work. And I need people to believe. And it's all good. So now you know. And I'll keep you guys in the loop as things go along. And it's going to be a fun run. And it's all positive. And I got all this from the industry. I met Babe Ruth's family through the industry. I met some great people through the industry. I met organization leaders. I've been to probably 50, 60 industry events over the years. I met some companies worth $50, $100 million in the power washing world. I met many startups, many owner operators, and it all comes back to this industry. I love this industry. I'm not going nowhere. I'm 64. I hope to stay here till at least 80, God willing, and we'll see what happens. All right, so now you know, and I'll keep you guys in the loop.